Hey everybody, I'm Abby with This Week Community News, and it's a little loud here, so hopefully you can hear us okay. But we are at our Hidden Gems location for April, and we are at the American Whistle Company, or Corporation, Corporation. And I'm here with Phil. Phil, can you tell us what you do here at the Whistle Corporation?
Well, I do just about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, probably about everything that there is a little bit of anyway. We all are cross-trained here, but we mainly just working on the machines, running the presses, doing packaging. We make a plastic whistle now. We run an injection molding machine. We have a new injection molding machine coming, new products coming. We're really excited. There's a lot of different things that we do here, and all of us do virtually everything here.
And for people who've never been to the American Whistle Corporation, can you tell us what you do here and what you make here?
Okay. Well, we make a brass whistle that we've been in business since 1956, and the brass whistle we've been making all that time, and recently we've been making a plastic whistle too, and we use a sonic welder to do that. Been doing, and we also make lanyards. I would think our company should probably be called American Lanyard and Whistle Corporation too, because we make just about as many of those.
And
yeah, I'm wearing 3 of them. I look like Mr. T. Yeah.
And you just gave us a tour here of the American Whistle Corporation, but what makes you guys stand out as your company name?
Well, what makes us stand out with our company name is we are definitely we're the only manufacturer of metal whistles in the United States, in the entire country, and we also we're part of the Made in America campaign through Walmart. Yeah.
And you were saying that there's about 1 million whistles made here in this factory every year, and one of the bigger orders is with the New York Fire Department, right?
Mm-hmm. The New York Police Department. Yeah, they order around 10,000 from us every year. And, it is, yeah. But I know that when the Columbus Police Department come here, I know sometimes they hand them out to safety programs, community like block watches, things like that. And of course, when a Columbus Police Department policeman comes here and they've lost their whistle, we give them another one right there. Yeah.
And we were talking about March Madness earlier, and right behind us are some of the plates that you can make to make custom whistles. Do you want to describe that a little bit?
Yeah, we're the only manufacturer of metal whistles that can do custom logos. Like UCLA, there's UNC, there's NYPD, there's the New York Police Department, Coca-Cola brands, colleges. There's another little whistle that I have right here. Last year, the women's Final Four game was held here, and they had us make the WBCA whistle. And yeah, absolutely. And so there's a lot of happy basketball fans that carry those with them, and we all filled on our brackets for it on that. I didn't do any good on those brackets either.
And you were telling us you make a special custom whistle for the Super Bowl every year. Can we get a glimpse of that?
Yeah, they made these for years for the referees of the Super. There it is. Yeah, so there's one from New Orleans there. We use this one as a prop there, but that's 24 karat gold plated.
And you said it's the most expensive one?
On the tour I say that that's the most expensive whistle in the world, but you know what I didn't tell you on the tour today is that the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Grand Marshal was retiring a couple years ago, and Macy's made him a commemorative whistle like this, and that was the most expensive whistle we ever made.
Really?
Because we had to make the custom die insert or have that made out of hardened steel, and right there is that would turn it into a $360+ whistle. By the time they had all the other stuff done, almost $500 on that whistle. He must have been good, right?
Yeah,
he didn't stop at Starbucks or anything. He kept right on going, right?
Yeah. Well, and behind us is where we kind of start off the tour. If you're coming here and you do a tour here, which Phil led us through earlier. But can you kind of give us a rough overview of all these different pieces, parts, and what it just goes together for?
All right. Well, to make the top of the whistle, we start out with coils of brass, and this is a segment of that brass right here, and it's fed through press number 1, our largest press. It's a 40-ton press, biggest one. But that's all it does is just be a big old cookie cutout, a cookie cutter. And here's our little Christmas cookie right here, looking like Mickey Mouse. That's what we call them, Mickey Mouse ears. And you know, there's nobody to correct us in the whole country, so we call it Mickey Mouse because we're the only ones that make it. And then we take them, all those to another press, and then it starts to form up the Mickey Mouse ears and the mouthpiece opening, and then the logo. Those die inserts are placed inside of press number 3, and that's pressed into there. The next piece is the bottom piece, and the press that we run, we have set up for this one is a progressive die, so as it's moving through and the press is functioning, it's cutting some of this off, and it's doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, comes out like the sled, and then we take all those, take them to another press and complete the barrel, and then we go to another press and we make the little tip right here that's holding my little key ring on, and then the tops and the bottoms are put together at the soldering station by hand, mainly for quality control reasons. And then these tips, then there's some solder paste that's introduced to the back of these where it's going to be in contact with the back of the whistle, and then there's solder paste injected inside of the whistle, and this stuff feels like toothpaste, really, and it's heated up with an open flame, and all that melts, and then it comes out looking like this pretty much. I mean, there's flux and some crudiness on the outside of it. So we put them into a vibratory then, and that's these little, that vibratory is filled with thousands of these little green things. They're made of plastic, and there's soap in there too, and it'll polish those up. Then we send them away for the plating process, and when we get them back from the plating process, not only have we checked these to make sure all the solder had adhered properly before we send them, we also check them again when we're putting the rings on the whistles. Those are little split rings. Use a little pair of pliers and put those on, and then we put the ball inside of the tone chamber for our metal whistle, and then we blister package them up and ship them out mainly to Walmart, right? Yeah. And then we also have our lanyards here, and I mentioned too, you know, we should probably be called American Lanyard and Whistle Corporation. I probably said that. And we also make safety tips. When we're not making the synthetic cork that we put inside of the tone chamber, we're making these safety tips that go over your whistle. And you know, I like them because they add color to your whistle. That's my main attraction to these things. But you know, the referees, they're more useful for the referees because it provides cushioning for the teeth. Lifeguards too. Imagine having one of these things on a 90-degree day without a safety tip on it. That would be hot. It protects your mouth from extreme temperatures. That might even be the case with what was that? The Christmas Story. The poor little kid that got his tongue stuck to the pole.
Yeah. Well, and we already mentioned a few people who always use whistles, like police officers or lifeguards. But who are some other professions that would use whistles on a regular basis?
Certainly teachers. You know, one that you might not think of would be the company Airgas. That company serves a lot of oxygen patients and welding companies, things like that, because they're for safety reasons. I'm certain that they have to carry a whistle with them in case something goes wrong in the transportation process. Also, speaking of transportation, we have a big order going right now for I think it's New York City Metro. All of those operators and everyone, they all have whistles with them too. They like the plastic ones. They've always liked the plastic ones. A couple obscure ones. You know what? Nobody ever guesses the tour guide at American Whistle Corporation. Though. I mean, I'm wearing 3 of them right here. Come on. You know. You mentioned a lot of them. Lifeguards, divers, yeah. You want to have a whistle with you when you launch a boat in the state of Ohio anyway. That's a state law that you have an analog way to call for help in case your engine fails. Divers, they carry, and yeah, hiking and camping. Why, that could save your life, you know. Yeah.
Well, and for those who want to see a tour, you can actually see how they put the cork into the whistle, the ball and the whistle. But tell us a little bit about the tours, how often they run, how they can sign up for one, that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, you can go to our website, American Whistle Corporation.com. I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong on that, then you check the card. You know, yeah, correct me. And you can schedule a tour on there. You can also call. Probably the best way to do it is to choose some. You have to have a minimum. I think a minimum of 15 people as a group. And if you have a smaller group, then Kelly can arrange it to where there's other people that are gathering up for the group too. But generally, there's a minimum requirement, but not always. You know, we can accommodate. We've accommodated people that are trying. You wouldn't believe how many people come to this place from even overseas.
Really?
Yep. I mean, it's really interesting to meet people from all over the country. We had 2 tour buses. It was Tuesday and Wednesday. There were tour buses that were coming back from Washington D.C. to see the cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah.
And we were able to, hey, you know what, they wanted to see how a whistle was made too, in addition to, you know, seeing our nation's capital. So I guess, you know, I don't know if they were stopping at the Museum of Small Wooden Things or not. I don't know. You know.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Phil. And if you guys want to see whistles being made, you can see it right here. And we're on Huntley Road near Worthington, right? So you guys can find out more on our website, and we'll link to you guys as well, so you can book a tour.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And if you have other suggestions for hidden gems, leave them in the comments below. Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll see you soon.